I'm going to attempt this again. So hopefully the VPS is up and running here. Um, we'll find out. Yes, it seems to be, although rather slow. Um, yep. Okay, so fingers crossed that seems to be working. Right. Although it is going to get a bit slower, but so over here, these first two that we have, let's have a quick look. So he had the stakes. It was a guy in Discord, and he's asked me to if I could help fix the staking on this because he couldn't get it to trade out, which I've managed to do. So as you can see here, this game here, that's me a £2.40 profit, I think, on this because it backed and laid. So yes, so it traded out of 5. So that should be in for a £2.40 in that. Just to give you an idea sort of on how that works. And if you watched the last live video we did there where I was talking about it, it does need refined a lot. Some matches were just not, there's no in-play data, so it wouldn't trade out at all. Obviously this is set at £10, but you know, since sim mode it was what he had it at, so they just kept it running that way. I tested it live at £1 stakes. So, you know, you're risking £3. And then if it was trading out in the first goal, if there was a goal scored, it automatically trade out. Now there's 2 of these running, with just 2 different parameters on them, just to test it out. But we'll see how that runs. It's only been 2 days now, I think. That's been running 3 days maybe. Yes, we're minus £28,000, folks. So that's the end of the challenge. No, these are set up on different staking plans for this reason. Have a look at what, you know, the pitfalls are going to be. And I wanted to weed them out. So we're going to go to the most matched. Okay. And we'll look at some of these strategies. So at the moment, this has had 290 races. Again, we're going to run it for a full week to get some data up. The highest that this has had to place is £10.39. And that's the back the favourite to place using recovery. £16.80 in profit. For me, that's something I'm going to be happy enough to continue with because that's a decent enough risk for the return. You know, you might say different, but that's going to be up to you. When you're going to want to run any of these, it's going to be up to you and your own risk. I'm going to bring these right down to as small risk as possible. And then, but it's still going to be up to you what you want to run. And I'll show my data. But this week's data means nothing to next week. You know, which is my problem with sports data. People say you need to find, like an edge or this or that. And yes, it probably does work sometimes, but I'd love to see the data and how many times using previous data has got somebody guaranteed win. Because, as I said before, Liverpool playing Forest the other week, haven't beaten them in 50 years, shouldn't beat them. They did. You know, means nothing. Like, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've seen Liverpool going out, you know, or the best team in world football for a season or two there, and still going out and have an absolute shocker game, or, you know, getting beat by teams you shouldn't be. It's sport. Tennis, when I was doing the tennis trading, I used to see somebody, I think I'd put in, it was when I first started, and I remember going in, I was putting £1,000 on because it was guaranteed. This guy was up 2 sets, it was the last game, and he lost it. And he lost the game, ended up losing the whole game, where the person came right back. And it just went, like, it's sport, it's random. So that's why, you know, there's only so much data you can go on. For me, I like the idea of probability and the chance, you know, the chances of, because the favourite in this dog race here, you know, he could have won the last 9 races out of 10. Doesn't mean he's guaranteed to win the next one. but the chances of a favourite winning over a period of time is higher, and they're different favourites all the time. The previous data on that one race, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't really work. And I know people who are gamblers and they're talking about horses and form, and like, oh no, this horse is a cert, it's going to win, it's going to win. Doesn't win. Because guess what, folks? The bookies know this. You should know by now, nothing is a cert. So I like to try, and I'm doing these bots around probability, treating it like it is roulette, and that's something I've been doing a lot recently. And I'm taking a lot of the things I've learned from that over into my bot strategies by, yes, you can get burnt out on a strategy, but the more you cover, the more chance you have of winning. Hopefully you have a higher percentage and you've got a recovery. As long as you have the bankroll, you can recover. And that's why I want to get down to get these down to making small profits every single day, without risking huge bank and not being greedy and just building and building. But anyway, this one here is definitely a keeper, you think. Look at that. Oh, jeez. So let's see, to say that one just went off the rails. Stake plan with recovery. So what that was doing was touching the third and fourth to place. So it must have went on a hell of a bad run. Like, let me see, we're going to see where this started going wrong. So we got to here and won and then lost. Lots of wins there. There's a few things I can do to tweak these as well, which I might do. Right, so it was around here, started going skew with. Okay, right, there's all the big losses. But there's wins there. 109. It lost and won. So that's the problem there. It wasn't really recovering. So I'd have to look at that. To be honest, that's probably going to be a write-off. What I'll do, I'll restart this and maybe leave a note and make some changes. But the staking plan one seems to be better without any recovery. So what I mean by staking plan here is, as you can see, is it goes 1p, 3p, and then so it's on a plan, so it keeps going up. So you can set how far you want it to go on your staking plan. Making numbers up at the top of my head. Generally, if it's on, I used to have the staking plan on the back of the favourite, so it would go 1p, 2p. It's martingale essentially, but you could set how far it goes up before it resets. So if you have a certain amount, but you don't want to go above that you're willing to risk, it'll just go back to 1 again and start over, and it would just take the loss on that. So that's up to you to find. So at the minute, it's £54 in profit. We'll look and see how high this one went, because that's the key to see if are you willing to risk. So the highest amount that's ever placed is £15, and your £54 profit. I'm personally happy enough to risk that. That's only 4 times it went that high out of 686 races. The market wins, so 343 markets, that would say that is, because that's how many bets is placed. So there's 2 in each race, so 343. So twice in 343 races, and went as high as £15, and you £54 profit. So I'm safe to say that one will be the keeper, and these other 2 will be off. We'll have a quick look at this one. What went wrong there? Again, it's just a recovery one. And just clearly was not recovering. So safe to say that one will get. I might address this one. I'll come back and have a look at these to see. But so far on that staking plan, it's the keeper. Equally said. Now you would think Oh, great, it's made 1,200 profit. Again, red flag. Because why has it made that? Because it's going to need an awful lot of big bets to get up there. And, it did. £423. It went up to there. Again, I would have to have a wee look at that. It's it's great profit. Don't get me wrong. And the whole point of this strategy, why I like this one, was because the third and fourth and fifth, those kind of have bigger odds, so you can get bigger wins, but you will go on a longer losing streak before they can win. But in fairness, it's not even a win. This is just a place. So what's the strike rate? Market strike. You know what? I need to bring this over there. So we go. The market strike rate is 46%. So that's about 50% wins. So I can maybe look at addressing this because it is in profit. We just don't want it to be going that high. So yeah, I'll come back and have a wee look at that and see if there's a way we can address that. The other two, that's the kind of profits I'm looking for on small stakes, because you're these are on the minimum stakes. What are we on? 2p, and actually no, I just seen that this was placed £1,000 for a £7 profit. No, we will not be touching this one. No, just no. And let's see this one. Okay, that's more respectable. It's just a straight recovery. That one, yeah, sorry. So that top one's the staking plan. So it's just constantly doubling up until you get the win. This one is just plain recovery. This one was nice. I think earlier on, I managed to get one where both placed. That's where the big wins come in this. Do you think if these two were both in the same race and that's your recovery and you put that on, both win, your quid's on. That's why I sort of like this strategy, because you can get a possibility of a double win on a recovery, which is giving you even higher wins. So that one is going to be a keeper for me, because what's the strike rate? 46% over 339 races there. Not high amount of bets there, and we're in profit. It's only £1.93, but the goal is to have, and you can increase your stakes a wee bit on that one, because that's on 2p starting at, you could double that to 4p if after a while you're happy enough that it isn't going too high over here. And I want strategies that are bringing in, if I have £1,000 bankroll, that's my goal. I'm thinking I want to risk 10% a day, which is £100, and I want to try to be making back 1% of that profit. So that's about £10 a day. If I have 5 strategies bringing in £1, £2 a day, £3 a day, that's what you want. And it's, as long as you're not risking, I haven't worked it all out yet. I'm going to do all the maths on that and what I sort of want to try and achieve. Some strategies are going to need a wee bit more bankroll for it, but I'm hoping in my head not to be risking more than £100 a day. But you can set your own, what you're willing to risk in your strategies. So if you set, right, once it reaches this loss, it stops. And my goal is that once it hits a certain profit, it stops. I'm not going to leave it running, because I don't want the chances of it going on a bad run. Because if you've got your profit for today, and it could have been the same with one of these other strategies up here, if we had maybe stopped that earlier on, once we achieved our target profit for the day, which I'll maybe do with these next actually. Once it reaches its profit, it stops, and see if that works. Because if we do allow them to run on, that's where you're going to get the chance of getting hit, getting burned, or as they say in roulette, getting whacked. So this one, Chris R. So another shout out to Chris in the Discord. He's come in. He has, I mentioned in the last video, staking plans set up for different scenarios. So he took the back to 5 place recovery, and added on his own set of rules and stuff that we have in here. And this is his. It's been running since yesterday morning. So it's only done 80 races so far. 62% strike rate, but that's a nice green. And he also, cause I haven't got it loaded in and I will do it, he does it on the Australian markets as well. I tend to stay away from them because there was usually 8 dogs and stuff, so it was just a lot more higher losses because there's eight dogs in the race. But his is still, he's been testing it, still good. I quite like what he's doing here. I need to look into it a lot further and see if we can apply the same principles to other races, including the horses as well. The forecast. Oh, and you're deleted it. Oh, my goodness. Heart failure. There we go. £7 is the highest that risked. £7 profit. That'll be a keeper for now. What it's doing is just spreading your price across the top 6 in the forecast, and the forecast gets good odds if you look down here. Now actually, I'm lying because that's £7 each. Hold on a second, because there's 6 in a race, so yeah, slightly different now. So if we go up here, 17, 18, try and work that out. So 3, 5. No, 6, say 13, 16, 22. That's about £25 there. It's still within the range that I'm looking for, I suppose. It could be trickier because the next one after that, you're probably looking about £50 on in the next race. It does have a 50% strike rate, because all you're really wanting to do, basically, you're betting on the favourite to win, but you're betting on who's coming second with him. So you're covering the favourite, the second favourite, and the third favourite, sort of. That's how it'll work. Now, if we look here, Perry Bar 18, I'm assuming the number 2 is the favourite. So it was saying 2 and 5, 4 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 4, 2 and 1, 1 and 4. So there's going to be a range there it's covering. And when did it get a win? Just what I'm wondering. Let me see. I'll go profit. £4 on and at £171 back. Now, that is the nice thing about that, because you're getting on such high odds. 4 to 5, £4 on, £71 back. It's only £7 in profit though here. But as we said, the highest we risked was about £25 there. So I'll wait and see. We'll get a bit more data on that one. I think I'll put that probably in a middle tier for me. It could be risky. Yeah, but still, yeah, it's just tricky, because the next one would have been £50, and it depends how much you're going to allow every day for strat. But that's the favourite, second, third, and fourth. Now, I'm doing this the wrong way. So matched. So we want to look at that. So it has placed quite a few high bets. Now we've got great profits. 55% strike rate. Because this is just for the second, third, and fourth to win the race. I wonder, could that be tweaked more? I would probably put that medium to high risk, and that's what I'm going to do when I'm finished all these. I'm going to assess them and see, because there is quite a lot there. It is good profits. Can it be reduced down? It could probably be reduced in half to 3p a bet. So that'd be, you maybe want to Pressing is hard there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 11 there at £100. Obviously not all at once, but some of them are close together there. Like, so yeah, but I would stay away from that one at the start, definitely. On a staking plan, it's 31p. I think I need to adjust this. I think something wasn't working there, but yeah. But I'm going to have to nip out here in a second, so I'm going to do this quickly. A few other ones here. I'll look at this one, the third and fourth win. See, now that's not too bad to me. £50, and we're £265 in profit, and the highest I got to is £50. Like that's, yeah, I'm happy with that one on the staking plan. It's just third and fourth. And these other three I'm happy with because they're low profits, and we'll just check the stakes to make sure. £3.63 is the highest it went to. And £1.62. I didn't think it would be high because they're going to win more because the first and second. The horse racing back to place one. Let's go see that. £20 again. I am happy with that. £135 profit. Quite a few there, around £20 though, placed. But we've got more than enough bankroll there built up with that alone. Again, could look at reducing that down. But that's just, you're just betting on 4th, 5th, and 6th to place in the race, in the horse racing. And you know, that can be easily done. 1 to 3, let me see what they're doing. The highest they got 285. Again, that's guaranteed going to be in my next one, or when I go live. And the back to favourite place, £10.29. Again, you might think, well, that's high enough considering there's only £7.61. It's going to be a case of what you're willing to risk in each strategy day, and that's, as I say, I'm going to have to work that out. You know, if you're running 5 strategies and you're wanting to risk £100 total the whole day, so does that mean at any point the strategies can go up to that, or do you set a limit? Yeah, so that's all things that need to be worked out for bankroll management, and that's hopefully what I'm going to be doing for people, and have these right down in and tell you roughly how much it's going to cost you, because you want this to run. And I want to find the bad runs so that you can see roughly, right, well, I need this to cover that for the day. That's realistically on average. Because obviously you can have a bad day and you can have a good day, and it's about finding that middle ground, and you decide maybe just to stop the strategy at that point. Hopefully, as we were planning to do, you've made the profit before it's hit then, and your strategy is ready to stop for the day. These don't have that in place yet. But I'm getting messages here left, right, and centre. It's throwing me off. Anyway, I'm going to stop it here. It's just a wee update. I was doing nothing today. I thought I'll jump on and show this. £28,000. Just makes it look so bad. So I'll maybe have a wee tinker around with these and see if we can adjust them a bit more. But there's more than a few there that I'm happy enough to run with that can bring me in £10 a day, and that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe a bit more. Don't know. Can maybe push it. I'm just thinking. I'm going £1,000. It's my bankroll, and I want to do a 0 to 1k challenge. Because everybody seems to be doing these challenges, so I want to see, can my bot bring in £10 a day, £70 a week, 100 days. That's £1,000. That's what I'm hoping to bring in for doing nothing. Just constantly running every day on small change, and then you can build on it. You can see if certain ones are doing better. You can, once you've got that extra money, and you can afford then to keep running that and maybe let it run longer to get more profits, and she'll have the bankroll to then cover when it goes on the big losses. It will eventually win. Like nothing, nothing wins forever, or loses forever either, as these strategies will show you. So you will get a win. It's about having the bankroll to cover it. And that's the key thing. That's where most people find the losses. So anyway, I've done some babbling on here. I don't even know if anybody's in there. Oh, there. I've got 2 people in here. I didn't check the chat there. So hello, Jack. If you're wanting the strategies, if you go to, usually in the description and stuff, there'll be an email address. Just send me an email and I can give you information on how you can join Discord. It's a one-off payment, and I don't say what the payment is because it can always change. So I don't want someone watching this video in a year and thinking, oh, but I thought it was this price. So just email me. It's a one-off payment. That gets you into Discord. So that covers any bots that I had in the past, and then these future ones that I'm working on at the moment. And Terry Kennedy, big hello to you too. I'll even text it. But yes, so that'll do me for this video. And hopefully when I come back in, we have this all whittled right down and we'll be making some nice profits. Till then, bye now.